So, welcome everyone. And before we begin, I want to say this very clearly that if you're here, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You're not broken, you are not defective, and you are not too much. What you are is unprotected, right? You're unprotected. So, this workshop is not about digging through every painful story of your past. It's not. But it is about understanding what happened and why it happened, and most importantly, what comes next. So, let me be really clear. This is not therapy. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a medical practitioner, okay? And this is not emotional dumping. It's a skill building process for people who feel deeply. So, before we go any further, let's just slow down our nervous system and take a breath and feel your feet where they touch the floor. Let your eyes soften and just bring your awareness into your body, into your chest, gently into your belly. You don't need to do anything right now. You don't need to fix anything right now. Just arrive. Just arrive. And one of the biggest lies that we're taught is that your empathy is a problem, and it is not. So, empathy is really a spiritual and energetic capacity, and it requires training. So, imagine if you were given a Ferrari with no lessons, nothing about how the brakes work, how to shift gears or anything, and you're being told that you're reckless when you crash the Ferrari. Well, that's what's happening to many of you, or what's already happened, is that you begin replacing that shame for understanding and confusion with skill. What we need to look at is, what are we talking about when we say wounded empath? So, the wounded empath is not someone who feels too much, right? The wounded empath is someone, and again, speaking from experience, and many of you know this, but you feel this. A wounded empath is someone who was emotionally perceptive very early on, but you lacked protection and guidance. And you learned how to merge all these emotions instead of like differentiating them. And your survival, you didn't know how to survive all of that. And many wounded empaths were told things like, you're way too sensitive, you're way too emotional, you're too intense, you're too much, right? Or why do you take things personally? I used to always get that. Why do you take things so personally? So then you adapted. You learned how to become a good listener. Some of you became a really good helper. Some of you became invisible. And some of you rebelled. That's what I did. Some of you collapsed. I also did some of that. But all of that is a strategy, right? It's not a flaw, it's a strategy. So the real issue is that no one taught you your essential skills: how to tell your energy from somebody else's energy, how to seal your energetic field with boundaries, how to feel compassion without taking it all on, and how to use empathy consciously instead of being used by it. So if you don't have those skills, empathy is overwhelming. It's overwhelming, and it extracts a cost. It costs us a lot. So I want you to ask yourself, without judgment, where has being unprotected cost me the most? In relationships, in health, in career, in my own self trust, in my own spiritual gift, right? Just notice, don't judge. You don't have to answer out loud. Just notice what it cost. Because there is a cost of being unprotected. And we should talk honestly about that cost, because a lot of us, we try to avoid that, and that's just part of our strategy. So many wounded empaths, we become emotional dumping grounds for other people, and that creates a mess, because you're the one people call when they're breaking down, because you're the safe place. You're the listener. You're the one who understands. You take all this stuff on. When you're tired, or when you're angry, or when you're hurting, and when you can't hold anymore, there's no one there for you, right? No one there for you. And over time, this creates exhaustion. You're debilitated, not just emotional, but physical exhaustion, chronic fatigue, physical pain, autoimmune issues, right? All of that, depression and collapse. And for some people, it's very severe. You withdraw completely. You just want to be a recluse, and your body steps in when your boundaries never could. And this is very important, because, see, the symptoms of all this, they're not punishments. It's your body protecting you. It's a protective intelligence that we have. But it's also a cost, because we erase ourselves. We become conflict avoidant. We stop speaking up, not just about our boundaries, but about ourselves. And we've learned that anger wasn't allowed. So we turned it inward. And that can become depression, it becomes self doubt, it becomes numbness. We self medicate, drugs, alcohol, other types of addictions, food, shopping, all the other stuff. So, where other people learn how to explode and self sabotage, we must move that energy somewhere. And a lot of times we move it inside. It doesn't mean that you're failing. It means that you were gifted very early and trained very late. So we want to shift from understanding all of this into a skill. Now we know all this stuff happened. I don't really have to really explain all that to you because it happened and you know what that feels like. But the problem is here, and a good thing to understand, empaths don't feel too much. We feel everything. So we really must learn how to differentiate, all right? To bring our awareness into our body and just notice your breath, notice the space that your body occupies, and then simply ask yourself quietly, what are the sensations that belong to me right now? And just notice and imagine without any effort that your awareness gently draws you inward. So it's like you're gathering loose threads back into your body. What is mine? What belongs to me? You're not pushing anything away. You're simply coming home to yourself. What belongs to me? What is my energy? And just simply you can say that. This is mine. This is my energy. And just notice if anything feels heavy or tight or emotionally loud and ask again, does this belong to me? And if the answer is no, there's no need to fix it. Just let it pass on through. So we can learn how to differentiate and not so much reject, just to see. It's clarity. We just take another breath and notice, and just notice what's going on. That's a really important piece to know what's yours and what's not yours, to differentiate between me and them, me and them. What's my energy? What's their energy? And learn how to see the difference so you don't have to keep absorbing it into your body. This is a really good exercise you can do every day if you want. You just simply pause, take a breath, and bring your awareness into your body and notice the feeling, the space that your body occupies. And again, as I said just a while ago, what sensations belong to me right now? And just notice. Don't judge them, don't make them right or wrong. What belongs to me right now? It's a really, really good exercise. You can do that a lot. And we're just bringing awareness to see that differentiation, what's mine and what is not mine, what's my energy and what's not my energy, right? You don't have to reject anything, you don't have to push anything away. Does this belong to me? And if the answer is no, just let it pass through. We're not trying to reject anything, we're just trying to get some clarity. So we can learn this skill to differentiate what is mine and what's not mine. Okay? It's a really beautiful, beautiful way to begin this process or to practice this skill of learning what's mine and what's not mine. Okay? I'm going to leave that there for now. So, I want to talk a little bit about boundaries and without hardness. A lot of times people think that boundaries have to be these very rigid, rigid things. Not necessarily. Because one, we're empathic. We're good listeners already. We know that. So our job is how do we put these boundaries in place? So one, it's not about rejection, it's not about withdrawal of love, it's not about becoming someone cold or cruel, right? Because that's not who you are. It's not who you are. And boundaries are not walls. We're not putting up barriers, we're putting up filters, right? And it's a really good way to look at it. We're putting up filters because boundaries allow us to be the compassionate person we are without collapse. Oh my God, without the debilitating energy suck of those things that happen when somebody just decides to dump all of their crap on you, right? Boundaries are filters, right? And it allows you to be compassionate without falling apart. So, this is really, really important information here, and it's a good practice. And you start with something simple. You can put up a boundary when someone, you know, they're coming to you to dump on you. You simply say, I don't have the capacity for that. Now you may need to practice that by yourself first. You may need to practice this when you have to say it out loud, you're ready. Just practice saying, I don't have the capacity for that. I don't have the capacity for this right now. And notice what arises for you. What comes up? Does it make you feel guilt or fear or relief? Right? So, like I say, you might want to practice this before you have to say it out loud to someone. So, I don't have the capacity for that. I don't have the capacity for this right now. And again, notice what arises. Or again, like a while ago when I said differentiate, you want to see what's yours and what's not yours. Notice what comes up. I don't have the capacity for that. Does it make you feel guilty? Does it bring up fear? Or is it relief? See, because your nervous system is learning something new. Your nervous system already has in place how to protect you by collapsing, right? By withdrawing. Now we want to put up the boundaries, the filters, so that you can say clearly, easily, with compassion for yourself and for other people, I don't have the capacity for that. And teach your nervous system something new. And it will learn because the boundaries, these filters don't make you a less loving person. It's what makes your love sustainable. It's what makes your gift evolve and grow, right? So just take that, what you get from that, and practice that. I don't have the capacity for that. I don't have the room for that right now. You can figure out how to say it for yourself. That's true for you in your own words, okay? So when we're looking at how to take this empathic wound and reveal the gift, you want to say, okay, well, what does healing really look like for a person like me? For an empathic person who is, a good listener, who can really feel things in a way that can help somebody, right? So it doesn't mean that you're invulnerable or that you feel less, right, when you put up these boundaries and the filters, but it's about becoming skilled at the listening because you're already good at that, but you can develop the listening like a real opening for somebody and a closing, right? And you become skilled at choosing what is yours and what's not yours, what you're willing to listen to, what you're not willing to listen to, what you're willing to absorb even for a moment, and what you're not willing to absorb. Because you can absorb things for a moment, because sometimes people need that to process it, right? But then you need to learn how to let it go. Because this is a really, really important thing. Empathy, being a good listener, and all that is not meant to be on 24/7, right? You are not meant to be on 24/7, right? It's a skill. And when we have skills, we use our skills at particular times, right? It's meant to be used at a particular time, not for you to be dumped on anytime somebody feels like dumping, right? So the filters, the boundaries will give you some protection because we all need that protection. But that's learning how to say, I don't have the capacity for this, or even saying it another way. I know what I have the capacity for. I have a capacity for this and not that. Okay? And you'll learn to gauge what it is. So you'll get more skilled at choosing what you want to deal with because you do not have to deal with everyone's crap. You do not have to deal with everyone's crap. So just take a moment and imagine yourself using your empathic gift with some protection, knowing what your boundary is or what your boundaries are and what the filters are once you put them in place. You feel present, you feel clear, you're not drained afterwards, right? And who benefits from that? Okay? How do you feel in your body now? And this is not a fantasy training. This is training to get to the root of what's going to make you better with your gift and let your gift evolve and grow because that's what you want to do. If you're in my world and you're a healer, you're someone who wants to expand and explore and evolve with their healing gifts, then it's really, really important to learn about how to put up the boundaries, the filters, and to see how you feel in your body as you move through because people are going to still come to you. They're going to still call you up. They're going to still send you messages, right? Because they already know you're a good listener. That's not going away. But when you have the filters up and the boundaries in place, you can now be present. Okay, I can listen to you now. I can listen to you now and not be sucked into it, right? Because when you can listen clearly from a place of groundedness, then whatever advice or suggestions or healing that you're going to offer is going to be much more powerful because you're not drained, right? And you're just not worn out from listening to somebody for 20 minutes, right? If you can listen to somebody for 20 minutes, hear it, get it, understand it, right? You understand it already. Then you'll be able to offer whatever it is you offer with your gift in a way that really, really is going to help them. And when you're done, you're done. You're not worn out. You're not exhausted. You don't need to go put your head under a pillow. No, you're done. You're just done. Great, right? So this is really good training for how you want to operate in the world with this beautiful gift, with this beautiful, beautiful gift of being able to listen, being able to help, and being able to heal. So take that and get whatever you get from it, because I want you to know, or I want to leave you with this, that you were never broken. You were never broken, right? You just were unprotected. And so you were given this beautiful gift, this powerful gift without an instruction manual. All of us were not given the rule book, right? It's just here, and it's a beautiful divine gift. So what comes next is not endless loop of healing. No, you get to a point in your healing that you then learn how to operate with what you have, with what you already have, and then you can evolve your gift and explore and expand your gift in your own beautiful way, because everyone's gift is unique. Everyone's gift is unique, right? So, a couple of things to remember. You don't have to disappear to be compassionate, right? You don't need to just like, oh my God, and make yourself crazy and really, really suffer to be loving, right? You are allowed to remain whole. You are allowed to stay intact, right? Really, really important to just let that sink in. So I'm going to close this little spiel here and just ask you to be present wherever you're seated, or if you're lying down listening to this, but just be present with your body and with your mind. And just take a nice breath in and exhale gently, and just feel your body and feel your presence and feel what it feels like to be fully present in your body, taking up this space at this time. And remember that you are whole, you are complete, and your gift is a divine gift. Your presence is a divine presence, and your ability to heal is a gift from the Creator, from the light, from the divine source, the divine source. And you are fully ready and fully capable of bringing this gift out into the world. Thank you for listening. My name is Anthony Rios with the Rainbow Path. Be well. Thank you very much for listening. Again, my name is Anthony Rios. I'm the creator of the Rainbow Path School of Shamanism and Traditional Healing Arts on the School platform. And I invite you to check out the Rainbow Path on School. The link is here on this video, and there is a free membership and a paid membership version. So come check us out. And if you like this video and you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And again, thank you very much for listening. I hope you got something out of this video. And my name is Anthony Rios with the Rainbow Path. Thank you very much.